we're low in seats anyway. Yes, we're low in
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 3 of the IFA World Championships here in Spain. We are getting ever closer to kick off in this match between Australia men and Australia youth. If you are here to support Australia, give me some noise now, please. If you are here to support Australia today, can I have some noise, please? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Thank you. That's so bad.
Obviously, we've got a proper commentator and it's not me, but he plays in the Scotland team. So we get a pretty basic effort from me, and then I'll just try and go through for a bit of tactical opinion stuff as much as possible.
I've done it plenty at home.
And I did one in 2018 for the youth. I think I remember.
welcome to day 3 here of the International Futsal Alliance World Championship. We have a fantastic match to kick off proceedings with as Australia's men's open team take on Australia Youth, the younger team in this open men's section. We're delighted to be joined here by Greg Farrell, the Australian women's head coach. Greg, what do you expect from this game today?
I think it'll be very tight, to be honest. The two sides have come with very, very different squads to I think what they were expecting. But the youth side have had a couple of quite good results. The men's team will be a little bit disappointed at this point in time, but everything can change very quickly in futsal.
Yeah, of course. And any key players you would tell the viewers to look out for today?
Yeah, I think I'll do my best not to use people's nicknames, but the man on the ball right now, the number 5 for the men, Fulton, he will be very important. And then Kai Bowman, who just played the pass, the fixo at the back for the youth team. Those two will probably be two of the key players. In the men's side as well, you've got Fletcher, you've got Brown. For the youth team, there's actually three boys that I taught at school in Brisbane at St Peter Claver College, and their chemistry is extremely important to the youth team.
Yeah, as you say, the youth team have impressed on the whole. They were comprehensive winners over Scotland Youth and very hard-fought winners over the Scotland men's team, whereas the Australian men's team, they've lost out so far to USA, whilst they've beaten the Scotland men's youth team as well. So later today, Australia men take on Scotland men in the final match of this section. That could be a winner takes all if Australia men can get a result here. However, if the youths can get a result here, then they will all but qualify for the final. I think they will actually mathematically qualify for the final with a win. So a lot at stake. Yeah,
that's right. The youth boys win today, and that's them into the men's final.
Yeah, good effort there by Fulton. Good contact, but just hits the ball wide of the target. Gives the ball away there. Brown on it. Fulton wins it back. Switches a play. Just can't quite find the finish there. Quite an even early stage, Greg.
Yeah, you've seen straight away that both teams are desperate. They win the game and their tournament is still alive. They lose it and the men's team at least are completely done. The systems that the teams are using, you can see right now Harley Brown for the youth team going up into pivot, trying to move away from Fulton. The interaction between the lines with the youth team will probably be a little bit better at the moment because all 4 of them on the court are also from Atletico Brisbane. So that chemistry that I spoke about a minute ago is even more in depth than just school players who play together as well. The benches for both teams, the men's team probably have a little bit more depth on the bench in ability and experience, but the youth side have certainly got a lot of ability and then youthful exuberance with some of the 17s players coming up to help with the youth team.
Of course, and you talk about the benefit of having a few players playing for the same club and the chemistry that brings. How challenging is it for the Australian teams to train together given the vast distances?
Well, I'm originally from Brisbane, which is on the east coast of Australia, but I now live in Perth, which is 5,000 kilometres on the other side of the country. So we didn't have a training session together with the women's team before we got here to Spain, just because for anyone to travel from one side of the country to the other, at the moment with everything going on with inflation and whatever, it's about $1,000. As we see Kai Bowman
picks it up.
Good save.
Well saved by Terry.
But yeah, so it's very difficult to train when you've got players from every other part of the country. And you just see one of the nuances of futsal overseas is that asking for the 5 metre rule, which is not something that happens in Australia.
Australia youth press forward. Bowen picks it up. Hunter on the ball. Cleared by Fulton.
So we have gone more than 3 minutes now, and there hasn't been a change yet by either coach.
How do you think, obviously, George, they were both together in China as the men's coach and men's assistant coach. They've coached for Brisbane versus Newcastle, on countless occasions. How do you think the tactical battle will weigh up today?
Well,
as Bowman comes forward.
As you mentioned, they both know each other quite well from having coached against each other at lots of tournaments. And we just see Brownies come on for the men's team for the first time, but the difference, I think, is sort of in the intention of the tactical ball possession part, where the youth team will be very progressive, move the ball around a lot. The men's team will be more static in position and look to explode into attacking situations in one-on-one moments. So Harley Brown driving forwards, Jalen Vaughan, he scuffed his pass.
Azizi picks the ball up, starts an attack for the youths. Ball chip forward, Anthony Brown heads it out of play. Back to Bowman, plays it first time. Hunter challenges for the ball, but Australia men are able to clear and regroup. And Azizi picks the ball up. Bowman on the ball, looking to square up his man. Hunter picks it up, looks back for Bowman again. Has the strength hold off his marker, but Terry is equal to it. Corner kick, Australia men's youth. Attempt to find Vaughan from the set piece, but Fulton quick to close him down, and we start again from the back. Bowman tries the flick, does not come off, able to make the recovery tackle. Anthony Brown on the ball, plays it short. Back to Fulton. Good effort, best piece of play so far. Middleby finds Charlesworth, but can't quite find the target. What do you make of the last few minutes, Greg?
You've seen the movement from the U team, the little interactions like that, little 1-2s, a couple of different back rolls from Kai Bowman. They're dominating possession at the moment, and it's sort of the way that they play, whereas the men's team happy to sit off, win possession when it's on, and then counter-attack, as Fulton just attempted to do right then. And they've made more changes than the youth boys, trying to stay fresher so that those counter-attacks can be as deadly as possible. Jalen Vaughan there winning that ball at the far post. Good pressure from the men's team to win the ball back. Harley Brown just had to clear into space.
Yeah, as you said, it's very unsurprising that the teams, they know each other pretty well. The first 6 minutes of the match have went without any major clear-cut chances, but there are signs that both teams are starting to increase the pressure, come a little bit closer to creating that elusive opening. Again, Bowman jinks the ball up, goes on a run. Bowman, and the ball's finished. Australia men's youth have the opening goal of the game. Greg, what do you make of that?
That was very much a Kai Bowman masterclass, bringing the ball forward, getting between two initial defenders, beating a third one. The little tap in at the far post was initially missed, and Harley Brown got there to finish it off. Those movements are what you will see from the youth team a lot, though.
So important to have a player like Bowman who can run at players, who can create chances out of nothing, and he certainly did that there, picking up the ball inside his own half of the court, creating the space and making the opening.
He's also very good defensively. So you see at the moment he's in the fixo position. He'll organise his teammates around him, move where he needs to cover, and then force situations like that by closing off the passing channel.
Slight misunderstanding there. Bowman tries the back heel but does not come off. Australia men break.
I think he thought Jalen Vaughan was going, and Vaughan just held at the back.
Hamad just could not quite get on the end of that for the men, who pick up possession again after Harrison Weir could not keep the ball in play. Fulton uses Terry as he pushes forward into the other side of the court, but slack pass, and it did present an opening, but luckily Fulton was in the right place at the right time to head clear. You did mention, Greg, about the different squad depths. Obviously, the youth team have brought some under-17s onto the bench to bolster the numbers, which you can do. But do you think the fact that as Brown comes forward but cut out, do you think the fact that the men's team have a few more players in their immediate roster might make a difference?
I think it will make a difference if the game is still tight at the end. It'll be whether or not the youth team can get themselves far enough ahead early on in the game while everyone's still fresh to then be able to hold on to a lead when the likes of Fulton, Baker, Brown, Fletcher are then able to potentially use a fly keeper or more overload situations at the end of the game when fatigue is a factor.
Brown tries an ambitious shot from the angle, didn't have many other options there, and it will be a corner kick. You talk about obviously the lack of the lack of numbers in the men's youth team, and it did show against the Scotland men's team where they held on for an admirable victory, but the first half and second half were very different affairs, and it's great to have the under-17s on the bench, but would you say, Greg, you would expect their minutes to be limited in such a big game?
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I'm not sure if people just saw Kai Bowman just signal to the bench that he wanted a break. He has, as at this point, played nearly 8.5 minutes, which of stop clock futsal in the heat and humidity that we're in is a lot. So I think the only one who hasn't been off yet is Jalen Vaughan, but he has probably not done as much running as Bowman did. So it will certainly play a big role, the number of minutes that George Suka can get out of the 17s. But the likes of Nathan Baker still hasn't come onto the court for the men's team, so they're perhaps saving him for later in the game when there is fatigue as a part of the youth boys.
Australia men's youth try the set piece, comfortably blocked, but they get the opportunity to go again. Asher Light on the ball. Counter-attack opportunity, but won back by Bowman, but by Harrison Weir. Hunter. Asher Light. Weir on the ball. Cannot find his man, but Hunter wins it back.
Good screen off the ball there by Weir on Fulton.
Yeah, it looked like the counter-attack could have been on there, but so quick to put the pressure on and win the ball back before it even materialised. Light keeps the ball in, but Brown wins it back. Brown putting the pressure on, and Fulton wins it back. Could be an opening, but no way through. And now the youth press. Hunter at the try to reach Hunter at the back post. Terry does very well to keep it in, but cannot find Fulton. Brown tries to switch, finds Hamad. Fantastic save by Azizi. The game is starting to come to life, Greg.
Yeah, just as it's going to be slowed down by the loss of a shoe during that save by Azizi. You see on the court, Harley Brown coming back on for the youth team. Joel Hunter was the only recognised youth player on the court just then, and I think they're recognised starters anyway, and it just showed in that counter-attack there was a little bit of inexperience. So George Suka looking to correct that as quickly as he could. And now
2-1 opportunity here. Well saved by Terry from Hunter. So do you think that might be a tactic they use with the 17s to get them all on for a period, get the youth players a break and then switch it back? Yeah,
I think it has to be. You look at the players who are on the bench at the moment. Jalen Vaughan looks like he's about ready to go back on. Kai Bowman, I think, is getting some treatment down below eye level. But if they are able to give the youth players 1 or 2 minutes rest, the 17 boys, I'd say that will be the tactic.
Hamad just can't quite find Fulton with the layoff, but he does enough to stop the youth counter. Fulton also playing a lot of minutes for the men's team just now. Brown challenges, one back by another Brown, Harley Brown. Hunter found a bit of space on the counter, but there was no way through. And Weir plays it to Hunter. Brown. And no way through. You're not seeing too much in the way of, extensive build-up, pass 10, 15 pass moves just now. Greg, do you think that's down to the pressure of the occasion?
I think that would be a part of it. I also think the heat will be playing a part. But you've seen a little bit more build-up from the youth boys, and I think at the moment, in parts, it actually looks like the senior team is happy to cede possession to the youth boys, let them run around, hopefully use as much energy as they can, and then, like I said, towards the end of the game, when they're sapped of that energy, look to play probably a little bit more direct, but a little bit more into a pivot. Like I said, people like Nathan Baker, who hasn't actually come onto the court yet, will probably get some minutes later on in the game when other people are tired.
Fulton did very well there to stop a potential youth counter-attack. He was on the scene. And he picks the ball up again now into Hamad. Just couldn't quite find that early layoff, so they build from the back again with Fulton. And Terry picks up. James Ward finding close attention from Hunter there, and no way through. Possible chance here for use, but Fulton again, right place, right time, weak it. Possibly an attempted pass. Terry tries to break, but James Ward, just not quite on the same wavelength, and the opportunity goes amiss. Uncharacteristic error there. But men's youth win it back and they have the ball through Hunter. Play the ball into Brown at the pivot, receives it back, but no. Advantage played. Referee checks. That was a firm tackle. Referee did the right thing, playing advantage, but now the players take a break as we check. And a good opportunity, Greg, to tell us a little bit about your women's team and how they've been faring.
They've been doing really well, considering we have had 4 training sessions together before the first game. We've used each game to try and improve upon what we had done in the previous session or game, and very happy with the way that they're playing, the ideas that we've put into our sessions and then game plans. They've adopted and done their best to sort of adapt to the style of play, which is quite a bit different to what a lot of them do back home. But yeah, very happy with how they're going.
Excellent. And you have USA today, which is a dress rehearsal for the final. How do you think something like that will play on both teams' minds, knowing that they have the final still to come?
Yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of apprehension when you have to play that team again. So I think the situation will just be for us anyway to go and play how we play, and then we see how everything washes up.
So we restart the game and Baker is on the field for the first time and straight into the pivot position. But nothing doing there as the ball is played way over his head, and Australia men's youth will build from the back again.
Baker is big, but Fletcher's pass was definitely not going to be in reach. Bowman trying to isolate Baker one-on-one. You can see him gesturing to get away for his teammate to move to the other side of the court for exactly this moment.
Nearly the own goal, but Terry again is able to block. Fulton comes out of it, but he cannot find his man Fletcher with the pass.
Bowman isolating himself again against Baker. Fulton going to help, and Bowman's head was down in that moment. Good read by Fulton.
Middleby. Back to Fulton, finds Baker. Has a shot, palmed away by Azizi.
Good strong hand there by the goalkeeper.
And Australia men's get back on the ball with Baker again. Clearly not afraid to have a shot. Fulton gets a lucky ricochet, but not on the second occasion. Middleby wins it back, but the youth get possession again. Brown.
Great touch by Terry there. On the floor, full spread, got a little finger.
Claim for a foul against Middleby. Referee says no. Azizi forced to put the ball out. Fulton tries to take on his man, but just didn't quite get the timing right.
You may have just heard Fulton say to his bench, "I cannot go to Fixo when I am this tired."
Yeah, he certainly has been an ever-present so far in this match, playing very well. Harley Brown Picks the ball up, slots it home, and it's 2-0 to Australia Men's Youth. How crucial is the time of that goal, Greg?
Yeah, well, it comes just as you see both Fulton and Baker go off the court. I think fatigue was definitely a factor there for the men's team, as though especially Fulton has played, I think, the whole 15 minutes so far. So with Baker one-on-one at the back, just caught out of position slightly. There wasn't a recovery run from Fulton, and yeah, that quick movement by the youth team certainly took advantage.
Again, no foul. Youths have the opportunity to break. Vaughan on the ball. But it's one back. And now the play rages from end to end, but the youth team getting back in numbers, crowding out. Charlesworth, no way through. Bowman goes long. Bowman picks the ball up on the return as a timeout is called. 4 minutes remain on the clock, and Australia Men's Youth lead by 2-0. Greg, what do you make of the facilities here in Blanes?
This venue is incredible with the courts that are available, the two individual courts, this one that we're on, and also the one on the other side where the Youth Men's World Cup was played in 2018, and then there's 4 full international sized courts in another room. It would be maybe slightly more comfortable with some air conditioning turned on, but it's an amazing facility.
Yeah,
we could only dream of this in Australia.
Certainly, I think your views will be echoed by many of the other countries here, and futsal players around the world. It is a fantastic country for futsal, Spain. They truly live it and breathe it, don't they?
Yeah, well, and you're just walking around the little towns and you see outdoor futsal courts, where in other places you'd see basketball courts or whatever it is. Everything here is football and futsal driven.
And no surprise, you classify the average Spanish football player as one of the most technical in the world. It really comes as no shock as the ball's played into Charlesworth. Middleby can't find a way through. James Ward's shot is tipped over by Azizi. The George Poulos and the Open Men's team would love a goal back before half time. Brown ready to line it up, just overhits the ball. Middleby ready to play it back in, asking for his yards. Receives the ball back, but slap pass, and the youth have the opportunity to break, but it's a bit of pinball in the middle of the court just now, going from end to end. Brown saved by Azizi. Can tell that Anthony Brown fancies a goal today. Lots of shooting from all angles. He doesn't score too many.
I was going to say, I think Anthony Brown fancies shooting a goal wherever he is. It's a good ball across.
Yeah, better from the Australian men's team. No takers though, as the ball flies across the box. James Ward can't find the angle, and the ball flies wide. Middleby, back to Charlesworth. Finds Brown. Just under 3 minutes remain on the clock for the first half. Decent effort by James Ward, but you felt Azizi had it covered. And men's youth will build from the back once again, slowing the play down. Azizi looks long. Brown had drifted off his man. Asher Light finding a few yards of space, but Anthony Brown was quick to recover. Bowman plays that characteristic little back heel to link up play, but the men's win it back. Middleby, quick feet, can't find a way through again, crowded out. Men's youth doing very well to get back in numbers when needed.
Jalen Vaughan inside. Good block by Charlesworth. Good defensive work from him.
You are noticing one characteristic of the men's youth team is whenever there is a break or the men's team press forward, always 2 or 3 players working back, very little space on the counter. That's perhaps one of the key differences between the two teams as they counter.
Yeah, I think the speed of the ball movement, certainly for the youth team at the moment, has been getting them the ascendancy, but the ability for the men's team to probably make something happen like now.
Middleby did not know he had the goal gaping. Just a lack of awareness there. Did not know Azizi had vacated his goal, tried to lay the ball off when all he needed to do was turn and put the ball into an empty net. Brown, Middleby into Charlesworth.
I'm a little bit surprised at the lack of minutes of a couple of the men's team, with Tariq Ahmad and Fletcher as well not having got many minutes at the moment. Perhaps it's a tactical decision.
For anyone who's not a futsal coach themselves, how big a part of the game is the substitutions and using them in the most effective manner, Greg?
It's enormous. If you look at professional matches, the best players in the world are on the court for 5, 6, 7 minutes at most at a time, because it's just not possible to play at high intensity at a high level for any more than that. Obviously with Australian futsal, we're still dealing with situations where people think they want to be on the court for whole matches, but it's not ideal. Good save there.
Fantastic save by Terry, and he races forward.
That ball was just behind Charlesworth.
That was probably the best opening in the game for the men's. Inspired by Terry, a good save, and he drives forward, but just lacking that end product.
Middleby's touch was just not in front of Charlesworth. Great ball by James Ward, though.
George Poulos would love for his team to get a goal back before the break. Just under 50 seconds remaining. Weir looks for the 1-2 and he does it! A fantastic goal and a hammer ball for Australia men's. Harrison Weir, fantastic give and go, leaving him with the easiest finish. Crucial goal, Greg.
Yeah, well, I think Middleby's just gone off, because if you look at him, he was again quite fatigued, and I think the substitution didn't maybe happen early enough for him to then be able to deal with that defensive situation. Certainly playing into the hands of the youth team at the moment. They've only got really one of their recognised starting 5 on the court. To get a goal now was huge.
just over 10 seconds remaining, and it looks as though the men's youth team will have a commanding 3-goal lead going into the break. George Suker will be delighted with his team's performance.
They certainly have taken it to the men's team in this first half, given themselves every opportunity.
The half-time whistle blows. Australia men's youth 3, Australia men 0. Greg, your final thoughts on the half?
I am not surprised at the way that it has gone. As I sort of said before the game, I think the youth team will be coming out to try to get themselves as much of a lead as possible and then do what they can to hang on in the second half. I think the men's team are going to have to find something new and are going to have to start sharing the workload a little bit better. Fulton playing 15 minutes straight did him no favours, and then having to be off for the last 5 minutes was a big thing for them. But they certainly need to find some, whether it's Terry coming forwards the way he did, something new in the second half to put more pressure on the youth team. I think Azizi's made 1 or 2 good saves. There's been a couple of last-ditch tackles by the youth team, but all in all, they've seemed pretty comfortable.
Well, Greg, thank you very much for your fantastic analysis of the first half. I know you've got a game to prepare for, so I wish you goodbye just now, and we wish you all the best for your team's rest of the tournament.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Greg. We will see you after the break.
grab. Yeah, yeah. See how he's there.
And the match gets back underway for the second half. Ball tries to find Charlesworth at the back post. Early bit of indecision in the men's youth defence. Anthony Brown on the ball. Plays a quick 1-2, but can the men's youth counter? Fletcher quick to get back in his shape. Brown. Going to the back post, fantastic save by Terry. Fletcher tries a header. Issues this week. As long as it's working on right. Charlesworth well saved by Azizi. Stick on public. And we join you for the second half. Unfortunately, I believe there was a few technical issues with the first half. Hopefully all should be resumed as Australia men's youth break. For anybody who was unable to catch the first half, you can watch the match back in full, either during the game or afterwards is available. We are joined by a special guest in the second half. We thank Greg Farrell for his words, and now we have Byron Escobar, the under-17s coach. Welcome, Byron. What do you make of the game so far? A big commanding lead for men's youth. The Australian men's open team have not been scoring free-flowing goals throughout the tournament, but they need 4 in the second half if they wish to stay in with a chance of making the final. Ball's plays into Charlesworth, turns his man, but cannot keep the ball in play. Byron, how do you think the tactical battle's shaping up?
It's quite a good one. I do believe the youth are taking advantage, but the men just need to finish their chances, especially when they play the target. They're finding the target freely. They need to do the next phase. Of course, both coaches already have a bit of rivalry, the Battle of the Georges. It's great to see another amazing football being played out between both Georges.
Australia men's youth have the ball. Who do you think are the key players to look out for in this second half, Byron?
Fulton is definitely the player to watch. He's the one who can guide the team, the men. Fletcher has fresh feet. He didn't play many minutes in the first half, so we'll look to see if that's one of the positions.
Incredible composure on his own goal line and wins the foul, the first of the half. It's been a competitive game, but we've not seen many fouls, Byron. Both teams very aware of keeping their foul count down.
Agreed. They're sitting down, just playing football. Both teams playing to their tactics, to their game plan.
James Ward picks the ball up. Hamad looks for a little bit of space. Fulton was sold a little bit short, but he still wins the ball. Fulton always happy to take it in a tight space, but Harley Brown gets a challenge in. James Ward. Fulton looks for James Ward again, turns. A great spin, but he just couldn't take the ball with him. Fantastic first touch, just the second didn't quite come off.
Signals there happening from the men.
As we were discussing with Greg in the first half, the Australian men's the men's youth team are lighter on numbers in terms of the bench. Do you think that'll play a role as the half plays on?
I do believe so. They have a couple young players to help fill out the squad, but energy levels are going to be a big part of this. I believe George Poulos is counting on it. These men happy to keep the ball. Not needing any more goals. Looking to punish on any chances they can make out.
Hamad wins the ball back, but
Jalen wins it back.
Cook.
Now a 2v2.
But again, no opportunity to counter. Men's youth quick to get bodies back, and they set up their stall. Fulton picks the ball up, but Bowman now races away, takes the ball inside, but Fulton, incredible as Fulton stops during the game, clearly incensed that he was dragged back. And he's shown a yellow card for dissent.
Captain here has to keep his composure, remember. He is a key figure for his men's team.
Ball won by James Ward. Receives it again. Vaughan is in the right place at the right time to stop the pass. The final penetrative pass in front of goal.
Who can mix it up, one of the younger players in the men's squad. definitely earning his spot in the Australian squad.
Set piece attempt, but Fulton unable to connect properly. Terry picks the ball up. Fulton builds from the back. Hamad calls for the ball, looks for it, pursues it on the turn. Bowman unhappy, felt that Hamad went over easily, but the free kick is given, and the second foul on the board for the men's youth team, with a half just over 5 minutes old. Fulton lines it up. Look for the far corner, but the ball is deflected wide. Fulton looks for Hamad. Hamad tries to spin, but the defence holds firm. Fletcher finds no way through. Fulton into Middleby. Middleby, good footwork. Hamad receives the ball, but again, very little space as the men's youth suffocate the game. But Hamad, the quick feet does show, and that is the third foul with just under 6 minutes on the clock this half. Byron, we talked about lack of fouls, but this half's shaping up differently.
Definitely. Free kick taken quickly. The youth may clearly not happy with the way Hammond's going down. Referees believe the fouls every time.
Fletcher picks the ball up deep to Fulton. Hamad looks for Fulton again, but can't find him. Bowman races through on the counter. Bowman squares up. Hamad, but can't find his way through. Middleby, but just overhits the pass. Hamad was on his heels, but the pass was overhit. He didn't have any chance of reaching that. As the clock starts to tick down, 13.5 minutes remaining. Bowman with a lovely bit of skill to play in his goalkeeper, but Azizi inaccurate with the ball forward. Hamad
Miscommunication there.
just
Leads to the youth to win the ball back.
Fulton finds Middleby. Back to Fulton. As Australia men's try to counter, two of their own players collide, but Fulton comes forward.
Yeah, it's a
And he
great goal at the
sneaks-
front post.
He sneaks the ball at the front post and he pulls back a vital goal. Could it be game on, Byron?
I believe so at 3-1 with 12 left. It's very possible. Australia's men's experience will start to show now.
We are set up for a fantastic last 12-13 minutes here. Fantastic piece of skill by Vaughan, but just overhits the pass. Fulton receives the ball back to goal deep inside his own half. Looks forward for Middleby. Tries to spin his man. Does well. Could find Hamad, but Fletcher can. Hamad! Good save by Azizi. Sense it's a crucial period now as the Open men's team put on the pressure. Fulton shot closed out. into Hamad's feet. Can he spin his man? Not quite, but the loose ball hence went to Middleby, who in turn the ball ricocheted off his head and out of play. Good early ball through to Vaughan, but his ball just in front of light was unable to make the connection. That Hamad receives the ball back to goal into Fulton. It's ball to Fletcher, but so men's claim the deflection, but not given by
Fulton must be careful. He's on a yellow.
Well, a little bit of a mix-up, but no damage done as Harley Brown picks the ball up into Fulton, into Hamad, turns inches wide of the right-hand post. Hamad starting to come into the game in the second half by then.
Very much so. He plays a lot with the young boys from the youth in Queensland, so he knows their game style.
Charlesworth onto the court and straight into play. Fulton strong in the tackle. Spins. Looks for Hamad. Harley Brown stays strong, but Fulton picks the ball up again. Is he going to hit? The ball's blocked.
Hunter away.
A little bit of pressure now for the men's. Charlesworth overhits the ball, but still keeps hold of it. Risky piece of goalkeeping by Azizi there, as he gambles that the ball went across goal, but no damage done. The ball went exactly where he expected. Fulton picks the ball up in a dangerous area, but Harley Brown wins it back, and Fulton does well to usher the ball out. Hamad receives the ball. Fulton into Hamad. Tight defending by Hunter. Fulton into Middleby. Just a bit of miscommunication there. Back to Isaac Terry. They start again.
On comes Brown.
Charlesworth at the right place at the right time to block. Dangerous effort. Anthony Brown back onto the court. Fulton taking a rest for the first time this half. Hamad's shot blocked. Brown shoots from distance. Parried by Azizi, but the Australian men's youth team quick to suffocate any hopes of a rebound.
On comes Jobert for the first time this half.
Great experience by them for some of the under-17s to play a part in a spectacle like this.
It's an excellent experience for these players, especially since they're looking to play for men's a little bit later on in their careers. But a fantastic opportunity to play at such high level.
Hamad gets himself back to his feet. We've just passed the halfway point of the half.
Hunter goes down, clutching his ankle. Middleby with a very close chance.
Charlesworth jinks inside. Hamad. Azizi always quickly off his line. Charlesworth puts that one high and wide. Brown tells him just to settle down a little bit. Plenty of time left on the clock. Good.
Juggle on the ball.
Good throw out. Terry is able to save, and unaware they had a little bit of time, Middleby completes the clearance. Bowman can't find any way through, claims a foul. The ball just races all the way through, and Azizi races out of his goal.
Rather than not go forward with him to create the numeric advantage on the right side of the court. Said Aziz had to just play the ball away. Loose pass from Drobert.
Brown just not quite getting it right. And Australia Men's Youth slow the game down, get ready to go again with Kai Bowman. Good ball, but Hunter cannot quite get it under control. Bowman reads the play, reads it really well, can't quite find Hunter. First sight of fly goalkeeper here, Byron. Do you expect to see much more of this? Oh.
I believe they will be playing like this for the rest of the game, or at least until they get level.
A little bit of a commotion.
Almost an own goal there.
Almost.
Fulton too busy talking to the managers rather than playing.
Almost disaster for the Australians Men Open team, but they are let off, and corner kick it is. Harley Brown. Anthony Brown. Fulton tries to find James Ward at the back post, but now he reads the game.
Well read.
Extra man. Can they make it count? Fulton. First pass was cut out. On the rebound, he cannot find the target with his shot. And you can sense the frustration in Fulton as he tries to drive his team forward. Fulton on the ball again. Into Charlesworth, back to Fulton. A good block. Gives an easy save for Azizi. Charlesworth working back well, showing plenty of energy. (7:16) remain on the clock. 3 fouls for.
There's the ball, there's the opening. Jalen unable to bring it under.
Anthony Brown tight inside his own box, but finds a way to get out. Races forward, Anthony Brown. Claims for Anthony Brown and teammates that a foul should have been awarded there for the tug as he raced through. A foul at this stage would be crucial, but the foul is not given by the Spanish officials. Anthony Brown into Fulton.
There we are, game on.
3-2. Fulton, he turns, he spins, he finds the net. This is set up perfectly by him.
This is going to be an enjoyable 6 minutes, and for the youth men it will feel like an eternity.
3-2. 6 minutes 47 remain on the clock. Such a big match in the context of the tournament. Such a big 6 minutes. You've not seen much of Bowman this half for the men's youth. Do you think they're saving him for the closing stages? as he comes on down, comes into play.
Definitely, I think we now see both teams going all at it now. Kai Bowman back on the court. Harley Brown.
Bowman picks him up with plenty of space. Looks for Vaughan but can't find him. Anthony Brown, but he's short. Bowman gets away with it, but fantastic defending. But
Fulton gives it away.
Fulton and Charlesworth tries to take on his man. No way through. Very close with the long range effort. That would have been a goal.
Was there as it flew.
Goal of the tournament contender, that would have been, but Terry is. Fantastic goal!
Young Jobert with the goal. Harley Brown with the assists.
What a moment for the young player. What a moment for Jobert. 4-2. Hamid can't control the ball, but wins it back. Finds Fulton. Fulton plays into James Ward. Fletcher makes the run, but Hamid picks it up. Hamid, yes!
And what a goal!
What a game we have in our hands here. Hamid pokes the ball into the left-hand corner, 4-3.
He's playing that target role very well. Fulton keeps feeding well.
George Suka calls for composure. That's certainly what's needed as the Australian men's team sense blood.
It is.
Fantastic! What a goal! Fletcher equalises it. The perfect little dink over, followed by a composed finish. 4-4 and timeout unsurprisingly called. The stage is set, Byron.
We have an exciting 5 minutes here.
So, Byron, whilst we have this half-time, a little chance to talk about your under-17 squad and how they're faring. Can you tell us a bit about the tournament so far?
Yeah, so the boys walked into the tournament not really knowing what to expect. So we trained our systems and we decided that the best way to go forward was just to play our game. Opening game, a very, very tough game against Scotland, earning everyone's respect. They played amazing. Second game was against Spain. We had a very professional performance, but with the 2 victories under our belt, qualifies us for the grand final, which the boys are very excited about. For many of them, it'll be the first time playing in an international tournament.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on that, and best of luck for the final.
Thank you very much.
4-4, 5 minutes 10 remaining on the clock. Could this be 5 of the biggest minutes of the International Futsal Alliance World Championship? What do you think the coaches said during that timeout, Byron?
Queensland youth coach was just telling him to watch that target, watch the third runner at the back post, and to be careful with the mid-range shots, not to allow players like Fulton to just run through.
Chance for James Ward there. Unable to find the target. Ball finds Brown, Harley Brown. Back to Bowman. What does Bowman have up his sleeve here? On this occasion, he plays the ball to Vaughan, and it's out of play.
Has come onto the court.
Foul given, and a yellow card. Late tackle on Fulton. 4th foul for the men's youth team. Just to go through the permutations of this group, a draw would be enough for the men's youth team to progress, whereas a draw would then see the match go down to goal difference potentially, whereas a win for the Australian men's team would give them the chance with a draw in the final game against Scotland to go through. So it's shaping up to be a fantastic section. Of course, a win for the men's youth, and they are clear. They are in the final, but a lot of futsal to be played before then. Vaughan finds Brown, closely watched, but the loose ball is claimed by Australia men's. James Ward.
Game just paused right now while they clean the court, dry it up.
Little mishap during the sweeping process, but I'm sure all will be resolved there.
That man can do it all.
Fulton. Pressure tight on to Fletcher.
The open men doing everything possible to try to get that 5th foul.
How much do you think that will affect the game and the style of play as they near the 5th foul?
It's definitely on the players' minds. Definitely on the open men's. They seem to be looking for it. It puts the defenders in 2.
Ball in behind, runs through to Azizi, who that was nearly controversy there. It looked like a push with 2 hands on the back, but not given by the referee. Definitely.
Vaughan with a golden opportunity there.
Yeah, a cute bit of play by Vaughan with the little nudge on Brown, who didn't take too kindly to it. But the referees have been letting a lot go in this tournament. They've been trying to let play flow, so not uncharacteristic. And Hamed cannot latch onto that. Long ball into Brown. That would have been...
Young Dunphy almost.
That would have been an incredible goal as Brown tees up Dunphy, but his toe poke went wide of the target. Just over 3 minutes remain on the clock. Vaughan. Into Brown. Back to Vaughan. Bowman. Looks for Vaughan, but too high. Brown looks long for Charlesworth, but he can't get the ball under control. Under 3 minutes remain. Brown, Vaughan, Bowman builds from the back again, but Charlesworth just can't quite make the interception, and Vaughan plays to Brown, but
it'll be well covered.
Anthony Brown, Hamid turns, he shoots! Incredible scenes! Hamid is the hero for Australia men. 5-4 with just over 2 minutes left on the clock. Byron, what a goal.
Australia youth men will definitely go into a 5th man now. With Harley Brown donning his grey jersey, they will definitely go 5th man to chase the game.
This is futsal at its very best. The drama, the excitement. 2 massive minutes, 2 of the biggest minutes in the context of the group stages of this tournament lie ahead.
This is shaping up to be the match of the tournament. Clear instructions from the Australian men's team just to sit and soak up all the pressure.
Goal looks, there has been a few goalkeepers who have shot, but that one is nestled somewhere in the roof, so that will not be danger in the goal. Brown playing fly keeper now. Bowman, free blocks, 3 players rush out to block the ball. Anthony Brown exclaims his disgust as Charlesworth is unceremoniously dumped to the floor as the youth team aim to get on with things.
Fulton comes back on, just that experience, that leveled head. For the first time he goes into the pivot position.
Vaughan, Brown blocks, Fulton, can he finish? Can he finish? He does! Fulton makes it 6-4. That is the danger of the fly goalkeeper, Byron.
Exactly.
1 minute, 3 seconds remains on the clock.
Suka's words, plenty of time, plenty of time. The men again holding this shape. That was a pass. Timeout. 49 seconds.
So just to recap, this win would put Australia men's team on 6 points for the tournament, whereas Australia youth would sit on 6 points, but the Australia men's team have one final match to play. That will be against Scotland later today, which is shaping up as a massive winner-takes-all match for a place in the final against USA, who have been rampant with comprehensive victories in all of their game and claimed their place in the final yesterday. So Australia men's youth have 49 seconds to try and put their destiny back in their own hands. There'll certainly be a lot of calculators out after this game regardless.
Some of the body language from the boys, from the youth men, could paint a story.
Goes long. Brown builds from the back. Brown. Bowman wins the corner. 34 seconds remaining.
Fulton well read.
Fulton.
There's another goal.
He's done it!
There it is!
He has done it. An incredible piece of vision from Fulton. He turns, he spins deep inside his own half, and he plays it long. And that could be that, Byron.
I think that's it.
An incredible comeback, 3-0 down at half time, 4-2 down midway through the half. But the Australian men's team have stuck to their task and finished incredibly strong.
Another one.
Hunter.
Joubert looking for the front post.
Joubert linking up with Hunter, but with 6 seconds remaining, time is against men's youth. Bowman. And the final whistle blows.